All right, here we go. My name's Jeff K, and you're listening to episode 286 of the world-famous West Virginia Surf Report podcast.
Hello, world.
And we're back, broadcasting once again from deep underneath a nondescript home in suburban Pennsylvania. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for listening. Thanks for streaming, downloading, ever how you go about it. I hope you're doing well wherever you are, whatever you're into. Right now, I'm off. I'm off today. As I record this is a day off. And it's hot, though. It's really hot. And my grandmother, if my grandmother were here, she'd say, whew, it's sultry. So sultry. That's what she used to say when it was humid, hot and humid. It's just, it's a very sultry day. And then after she said that, she might say, you want me to make you a bologna sandwich? And I'd say, yes, I would. I'd love a bologna sandwich. Who would turn down a bologna sandwich? Not me. I can tell you that much. And that's how it would go. That was how it would go, So I wish she were here with us. I miss her. She was great. Anyway, it's hot. It's too hot. We had this period where it was like, it felt like the humidity was gone. It felt great for a few days, maybe like a week almost, 5 days maybe. Low humidity. It felt fantastic. I was like, maybe it's over. And I was like, that's not. I look at the calendar. It's like, there's no way. There's no way. This is some kind of false autumn. It's going to come back. It's going to be like the devil's pee hole again. Hot, humid, disgusting. That phone, that is my work phone. I can't silence it. So I have to carry two phones now, by the way. I have my personal cell phone, and then they gave me a work phone, So I got to carry two phones around all the time like a fool. Anyway, that's what keeps making it. Every time it makes that noise, it's another email. And when I go in tomorrow, after my day off, it'll say that I have 430 emails or something. They just come in continuous. It's just like a fire hose of email, just continuous all day long, deep into the night. You hear that? There's another one, another email. God. Anyway, I'm off today. I'm having some kind of weird problem. My equilibrium, not equilibrium, like some people say. My equilibrium. I don't know, my inner ear. There's some kind of inner ear issue going on. I don't know. I have troubles with my ears sometimes. And I feel a little, I don't know. My balance is slightly off, Sometimes I get this is just today it happened. When I got up this morning, I feel like something's askew. Something's like when I stand up, for instance, it just feels like everything's like woo, like a house of fun, one of those fun houses, like what's that place called, the Mystery Hole? Have you ever been to this place up in West Virginia? Hawk's Nest. Hawk's Nest is this, scenic overlook. Basically, that's what it is. It's a scenic overlook in West Virginia, way up in the hills, up in the mountains. It's like if you're from out of state and you're not familiar with those kinds of roads, mister, when you drive up there, your sphincter will be tight. I mean, so tight. You couldn't drive out. You couldn't feed, piece of wire through there. It's so tight, and it's this windy roads straight up the side of and you get up there and it's just overlooking. You just look over this. It's beautiful. I mean, it's really beautiful. But along the way up that hill, there's this roadside attraction. I mean, there used to be a bunch of them. There used to be these places where you could go. I mean, these things are like, I don't know. Who knows who built these things? Back when I was a kid, they had them, like, you could go in there and look at alligators, like some of them. be like Alligator Alley or something. It's like all gaudy and, who knows who's running these, these attractions. There's roadside things. There's still one up there called the Mystery Hole, right? And I've been through that thing. You walk through it, and it's like you just walk through it from one end to the other. And there's this room in there where you feel like you're standing level, but the whole room's tilted. It's really weird. It's hard to even walk through there because it's so confusing. It's really bizarre. But anyway, and then so it's still there as far as I know. The Mystery Hole. That's what I feel like right now. I feel like I'm in the mystery hole because of this equilibrium problem. My dad has problems with that too. Pass it on from generation to generation. I think both my kids do too. I don't know. It sucks. It's not good. But later today, if I just don't mess with my ears, if I leave them alone and don't try to force them to, because you feel like the urge to like put your finger in your ear and wiggle it around, see if you can get something to like pop open, That's not good. I've been doing this long enough to know you just leave them alone, and eventually, usually in a short period of time, like less than a day, it'll pop open on its own. But if you start messing with it, it'll just prolong it. You know what I mean? It's like scratching poison ivy or something. If you just leave it alone, it'll go away faster than if you scratch it, and spread it all around. It's sort of like that. I feel like I'm in the mystery hole. I feel like my ears are very, I got an equilibrium, and it's like poison ivy or something. I don't know. I can't follow it. Oh, and by the way, the reason I'm off today is I was supposed to go to a Cincinnati Reds, Philadelphia Phillies game tonight, down in Philly, and it got jacked up. I'm not going to go into the details, but it got jacked up, and try not to be resentful. It's a battle I fight. I find myself fighting this battle quite often. I'm trying to resist the urge to be resentful. But anyway, didn't work out. Not going to be able to go. I'll watch the game on TV, maybe. We'll see. Somebody will probably throw a no-hitter. Or there'll be some kind of historic happening. I'll be like, damn it. Anyway, I feel a little weird. This morning, I took a shower and I put on I put an undershirt on, like a t-shirt, and I was sitting in the living room having a little cup of coffee, and I realized, well, first of all, I put the t-shirt on and I put it on backwards, so the neck was all wrong, I was like, oh, this happens all the time. Why do I always put these things on backwards? Why is this happening over and over again now? I know how to navigate a shirt, so I put the thing, and it happens a lot now. It seems like it's happening more and more, right? The thing was on backwards, so I'm like, damn it. So I extracted my arms from the armholes and just did a 180-degree turn, and I returned my arms through the armholes, and then I was good. All right. So now I was upstairs having a cup of coffee, and I realized that my t-shirt was also on inside out. So I'm like, what in the hell? What is wrong with? Are you getting dementia or something? What is wrong? So I went downstairs. I took the t-shirt off. Went in the bathroom. I don't want anybody. Nobody needs to see me with no shirt on. That's not something that's good for humanity. It's not good for me. It's not good for morale. So I went in the bathroom and I took my t-shirt off. I turned it, the other way. It was inside out. I turned it back to its, the way you're supposed to wear, the way humans are supposed to wear shirts, and I put it on. You want to guess what happened? It was on backwards. I'm like, what in the hell? What is wrong? What's happening? What are you, like Joe Biden or something? Not to get political, but like, what the hell? What's happened? I don't know how to navigate a shirt. I don't know how to operate a shirt. That's what it's got come down to. I don't know. I blame it on the equilibrium. I don't know, but it's happening more and more. I put these T-shirts on after I get out of the shower, and they're on backwards, probably like 40% of the time. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. I don't understand what. Anyway, so that happened. Also, I downloaded. What do you think about this? From that Internet Archive. You ever use that website? There's things a bottomless pit of stuff. It's got so much stuff on there. It's archive.org. There's all kinds of old-time radio shows on there. There's like, I don't know, just books. There's books on there, magazines, just stuff. It's just, people can upload, like people, just normal people. It's sort of like Wikipedia, where just it's crowdsourced or whatever you want to call it, where you can just go in there and upload stuff, right? So they have all these old classic baseball game radio broadcasts, right? And people upload them, and some of them are like, 10 games or whatever, or some people just upload like single games, But there's this big bunker buster file on there, and it has 512 baseball games on it, from dating back to the 30s. Most of them are from the 60s and 70s, right? That's right in my wheelhouse, man. I love that kind of stuff. 512 full-length baseball games dating back to the 1930s. I think it has something like the 1934 All-Star Game or World Series or something, So I downloaded that thing. It took 2 days for it to download. I mean, it took forever. That thing used to be quick, that Internet Archive. You used to be able to download it, and it was pretty quick, but I don't know. Recently, it takes longer. It has nothing to do with my computer. It has something to do with that website. But anyway, it worked. I got it all downloaded. It's a zip file. I extracted it all, and I stuck it in my Dropbox. 512 full-length Major League Baseball games. Hell yeah. That'd be awesome when I'm driving or something, if I'm traveling. Like when I go to West Virginia next month, maybe I'll listen to a Reds game or something from 1974 or something like that. Who knows? It'd be fun. Shit, I love that kind of stuff. So I downloaded that. It took literally 2 days to get it all downloaded and extracted and moved over into the Dropbox. It's just such a gigantic file. It took forever. Anyway, I love that kind of stuff. Internet Archive. No, it's just called archive.org. They also have the Wayback Machine, where you can type in a website address, and you can look at old versions of it. Like they do snapshots of every website. Like if you wanted to do the WVSR, if you wanted to see the way it looked, the WVSR it used to look in whatever year, 2007 or whatever, you just go in there and click it, and it'll show you. It'll have it is captured in there. It's the Internet it's called the Wayback Machine. It's part of that Internet Archive. It's fantastic. That thing's great, So I don't know who runs that, but it's awesome. It's very similar to Wikipedia. It requires interaction with everyday people, and those old time radio shows, which I'm really into. I mean, they have gigantic like radio nerds who put together these packages. They say, say Fibber McGee and Molly, whatever show you're interested in. Somebody will upload. This is the definitive collection. This is every episode that exists and the best version of each episode. So you can rely on these guys that do all the work for you. They put together these collections, and you just download them straight to your computer and stick them in Dropbox. That's what I do. I put them in Dropbox because I don't want them clogging up my computer. But it's awesome. It's fantastic. I recommend it highly. So I'm off today, and last Monday I was also off. And I had a whole bunch of errands I needed to do, right? And I went out, and I was out early for me. was going to get a haircut. That was number one. I had to get a haircut. Tony was like, you don't need a haircut all the time. Why do you need? So, she's always bitching. Every time I need a haircut, she goes, you don't need a haircut. I said, yes, I do. I look like a fool, And then I go over there, and they're like, damn, your hair's thick. This is going to burn up my clippers are going to catch fire. I said, yeah, tell him, you don't have to tell me about it. Like, you tell my wife. I'm going to bring my wife up on this phone. I'm going to call my wife, and you can tell her that my hair is too thick. No. But anyway, I went over there. I needed a haircut. So I check in on the app, and it says a 100-minute wait. I'm like, what? This is a Monday. This is a Monday. Like a 100-minute wait. Like, what the hell is that? Does anybody work? Do people have jobs? I mean, I don't understand what's going on. How could that's in the middle of the day, on a weekday. I'm off. I took a PTO day or whatever. I took a vacation day. And, but it feels like every place is packed all the time. It doesn't matter when you go. It's always crowded. 100-minute wait, So I was like, all right, well, I checked in, and I put my name on the list. And so I got time. I said, I got time to do some things, So I headed over there, and first of all, I was starving, right? I was starving, so I thought I'll go to Chick-fil-A, get me something to eat at the Chick-fil-A. I haven't really even been to this new one over here in Dixon City, as I call it, as they call it, Dixon City. It's a new one. It's a new Chick-fil-A. It's always crowded, so I steer clear of it. But anyway, so I thought I'll go through the drive-through, and I was listening to as I was driving over there, I was listening to "Let It Be" by the Replacements, right? That's what I was streaming that through Spotify, and I had just listened to this song called "Androgynous." Are you familiar? It's a famous Replacement song, which is a very strange. It's like a slow song, and he's talking about in the future you're not going to be able to tell the difference between boys and girls, basically men and women. So that's what it is, and this thing was written in the '80s by a punk band. It's highly, you listen to this thing, it's surprising, So I was listening to that album and that song "Androgynous." I'd just played. I pull up to the where you order, right? And they don't have they have a guy or they have people out there. They have people out. They have a double drive-through, and I thought it was a girl. It looked like some girl standing there with a clipboard, And they take your order and you pay them. It's really weird the way they have it set up. So I get up, I'm driving, I'm waiting in line, and there's some girl standing there. And then when it's my time to pull up, it's not a girl, it's a boy. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, and I had just heard that Androgynous song. I'm like, how's Paul Westerberg, the leader of the Replacements? How did he see the future so clearly from the 1980s? I mean, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I don't give a shit. But, I just felt it was kind of strange. I was just listening to that song, and then there's this girl, but it's a boy, just literally minutes later. I'm like, the guy's like Nostradamus, Westerberg. So anyway, so I order, and I pay him. I give him the card. He has like shit hanging off of his belt. He's got all these apparatus. He's got one of those old-time, like, change makers, those ones where you just, like, take your thumb and, like, eject dimes into your hand. Never seen one of those things since, I don't know, for a long time. The 80s, probably, I haven't seen it. Since this Androgynous song was written. Probably hadn't seen one of those things. He was sporting one, and he had some kind of thing where he could process credit cards and stuff. So I ordered my shit, and I paid him, and then when I got up there, there's it's a weird thing. It's a strange. You pull into this you feel like you're in a carport. There's not really a window. There's like a door. There's a door over there. There's not like a drive-up window like the classic fast food. drive-in window or drive-up window or whatever, drive-through. My equilibrium's off. You're gonna have to excuse me. My equilibrium's off. But anyway, so you pull up under this carport type thing, and they just walk out and they bring it to you. And they said, "Are you Jeff?" "Yes, I am." "Okay, here you go, Jeff. Have a great day." And like they bring it out to you. They walk it out to you. It's a strange thing. And they're super nice. I don't know what they do. I don't know what their deal is. I don't know if they're breeding their own. I don't know if they have like some kind of like there's some kind of a camp somewhere where they breed Chick-fil-A employees where they're just like super nice, and they're like, I don't know, they seem wholesome. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going on. And so anyway, I went and parked. I went out in the parking lot and just parked and ate my my number one combo meal, and it was delicious. Those chicken sandwiches are top notch. You can go up against the Chick-fil-A all you want, all right? You're not going to win. You're not. You're not going to win. I mean, they've perfected it. Pack it. Take your bullshit versions, pack it. All right, so then I still had a bunch of time, so I went to Target. I love, you might find this to be bizarre, but I love back to school time, because they put notebooks on sale. I'm a big notebook guy. I like notebooks and pens. I don't know why, but I always have. I love notebooks. So I always go at the end of, in the end of summer or whatever, when it's back to school time. They always have notebooks for like, I don't know, cheap, and usually like a quarter or sometimes even cheaper than that for each notebook. So I went over there one time to Target. Target's usually where I go, and they didn't have any. They had it labeled, the bottom shelf. This big, long, giant bottom shelf. It said notebooks, 25 cents all the way across, but there wasn't any notebooks there. It's completely empty. They had more expensive ones, those ones that cost like, $3.39 and stuff. Nah, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the cheap, just one subject notebook, wide ruled. Has to be wide ruled. I don't like that college ruled. That's for suckers. But anyway, they didn't have it. The second time I was over there I'm like, what the hell is this stuff out in a container ship or something? Where's all the notebooks? Why do they not have? They never got any in, So it's like, that sucks, And that place was pandemonium, just packed with people. There's like a long line. I didn't buy anything, but I was walking back to exit, and I walked past. There's like a line all the way down. Like, when do people work? I mean, what has happened? Why does nobody have jobs anymore? Or I don't know, maybe it's just that everybody works 24 hours a day. There's like a 24-hour-a-day economy now. It's not like it used to be Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 or whatever. I guess people work all kinds of hours, and I don't know. That might be part of it. Plus, I think there's a lot of people that just don't work. I don't understand how they're paying their bills. I wish I could tap into that, but I don't know, but that place is crazy. I couldn't even walk through there hardly. And then they didn't even have the notebooks. They have them all the way back in the back corner. They didn't have any. Second time I've tried. I'm like, this is bullshit. So I went over, I said, I think I had something like, at this point I had something like 19 minutes left or something. And I was like, I don't think I have enough time to get into Walmart, check out their notebook selection. So maybe I'll just head on over there and just sit in the parking lot and listen to some music for a little while and then head on in. So I did. That's what I did. I sat in the parking lot and I listened to, I don't remember what I was listening to. I think it might have been Badfinger. Sitting out there listening to some music, and then when it got down to like, I don't know, 7 minutes or something, according to the app, I moseyed in there. The place is packed, There's 2 people working. I mean, I don't know. The place is so crowded, So I sit down. There's one seat open, and there's like a woman, like an old, not old, but like a mother, maybe like 50 or 40, in her 40s probably, and some kid, probably, I don't know, 13, 14, They're sitting there right beside me. And just sitting there, and they're blasting. There's like some shit country music blasting in there. And the mother is like singing along real loud, I'm like, what the, it's some stupid, I don't know, some country. Country sucks, I can't stand. That's the like modern day, like commercial country. Ugh, makes me sick. Stuff's terrible. But anyway, so she's singing along, like she's sitting right beside me. We're sitting shoulder to shoulder, and she's singing along real loud. And that girl's like, the daughter, is like, Mom, stop, you're embarrassing me. God. And she's like, what? I should be on the stage. I should be, she's like shouting, like for everybody's benefit. She's trying to show off. She thought she was cute or something. And then she's so singing along, and the girl's like mortified, and then Piano Man by Billy Joel comes on. She goes, oh, Piano Man, I'm gonna belt this one out too. I should be on Broadway and stuff. This is a 14-minute song. That's what she said, and I'm gonna sing every lyric. And she's like, oh my God. That girl. It's like, oh my God. I'm like, shut the. I recorded her, but it didn't really turn out very well, unfortunately. I hit record on my phone so I could maybe share that with you. Can't really hear her. I don't know why. You can hear the music very clearly, but you can't really. It's hard to hear her. But anyway, so I was sitting there listening to that, and it said 100 minutes. I think it was longer. It was because when I went in, I still had like 6 or 7 minutes left. I think I was in there for another 15 minutes. So then I get this guy who's one of the, he's the gold standard. I mean, this guy's been there for years, and these haircutteries, there's a revolving door. Usually, every time you go over there, most of the time you get somebody you've never met before. This guy's been a constant, and he does a really good job. So I said, what's going on? I said, you guys busy or short-handed or both? He goes, both. And so it's just relentless. I said, you got to do some hiring. He goes, yeah, tell me about it. There is nobody out there. It's like nobody's working, but nobody's looking for a job either. I don't understand what's going on. So anyway, he did my haircut, did a great job as usual. He even did my eyebrows, the old man procedure. I don't like that. Another thing about that place, I think I've talked about this. They had me in the system for a while as a senior citizen. They were giving me a senior discount. And I was bitching about it. I said, what the? I said, why you guys? I said, when does the senior citizen discount kick in? And this girl goes, 65. I said, you think I'm 65 years old? She was like, oh, God, don't, I don't want to talk about this. I'm like, how old do you think I am? I would not let her off the hook. She goes, I don't know. I didn't have anything to do with it. I didn't put it in there. I don't know. I said, well, I could assure you that I'm not 65 years old. Okay, all right. But anyway, that replayed a couple times. That happened 2-3 times, right? And then I went in there and they changed it in the system. Apparently, I shot myself in the foot. I overplayed my hand. And they took me back to full price because I was giving the cashiers so much hell about it. Now I'm back to full price. I'm like, what the hell? Now I'm bitching about that, So anyway, I had to pay full price. And I forgot this. Okay, so when I was sitting there waiting, this old lady, right? She asked these two men, "Do you guys have a coupon?" And they said, "Yep, we sure do." She goes, "Oh." And then she came over to me. She goes, "Do you have a coupon?" I said, "No, I don't have a coupon." She goes, "Here, have one. Here. I got 2 of them. I'm not going to be able to use them before they expire." So she handed me this coupon. It said $5 off any haircut. I said, "Hell yeah, thank you, appreciate it." So I got even though they charged me full price, I got $5 knocked off because this lady gave me a coupon. And then there's this woman in there just belting out Piano Man and some country shit, I don't know. And the whole thing's ridiculous. Oh, also, when I was getting my hair cut, this guy the one that's been there forever, he's like, he starts in with the boilerplate chit chat, the stuff that they teach them at haircutting school. You have to say, what do you do? You have anything going on today? That kind of shit. They always ask the same questions. He said, do you have any plans for vacation plans for the summer? That's another one. It's a classic, right? I said, we're going to go to Myrtle Beach in October. That's that's the big trip. He goes, October? Huh. That's interesting. I said, yeah, it's a perfect time to go down there. The weather's still good. It's still warm. But the kids are back in school. So the crowds are smaller. And the prices go down as well. The weather's beautiful. It's not as crowded. It's cheaper. He goes, I never even thought of that. The guy's like almost doing one of those, like scratching his chin, like thinking. He goes, I think I might have to do that. I think I might have to go down there in October. That's a great idea. The guy was all excited. I said, do it. He goes, where you stay? I'm like, all right, this is getting a little... I said, well, I told him where we stay. I'll probably go down there. I'll see him down there. I'll probably see him and his boyfriend down there or something, And that's fine. He's cool. I have no issue with him. But, I don't like to tell people where we stay. I don't know why. I don't want people going down there. I want to keep it secret. It's like such a perfect place. I don't want to, I don't want people to know about it. I want to keep it to just us. Is that weird? But anyway, so we're going in October, and he seemed excited about that, So anyway, all right. What else I do that day? Oh, after I finished my haircut, I went over to Hobby Lobby, hitting all the Christian places. I went to Chick-fil-A and Hobby Lobby. I went into Hobby Lobby, and I wanted to get a picture frame for something I want to hang on my wall at work, right? And I thought it was 8x10, and I bought an 8x10 picture frame, and it turns out it's 8.5 by 11. So now I have a frame that. So anyway, but I went in there and I was looking around, and they had this whole section in there of baseball memorabilia or sports memorabilia, not just baseball. They have sports memorabilia like display cases. They have them for autographed baseballs. They have them for autographed footballs and football helmets. It's like this whole section of display cases for sports memorabilia. I've never seen this before. I mean, I don't go in there all that much, and that kind of place doesn't really, do much for me. I mean, I'm not really into yarn and that kind of stuff. It's not really my kind of thing. Glitter. That's not really my, So, but so I was looking at that stuff. I was like, damn, I didn't even know they had this stuff. And and they had this baseball bat display case, and I have a Johnny Bench autographed baseball bat, right? And it's just in a tube. When you buy them, they send it to you in a tube, or they give it to you in a tube, and it's not on display. It's just leaning up against my little dorm fridge over here. So I was like, that thing's nice. It's like I picked it up. It was really heavy. It's made of wood, has a glass front on it. That thing's nice, And then I looked at the price, $70. I'm like, I don't know about that. $70. That seems a little high, So it was like a roller coaster of emotions. But then the roller coaster continued. And it said there were signs everywhere. It says everything in this section is 50% off the price marked. So it was like $35, and it's like a heavy duty, real nice. I didn't buy it, but I think I might go back over there and get it. I might have to. I need to find a place in here to display my Johnny Bench autographed baseball bat. And that place is pretty cool. They have some interesting stuff in there. But anyway, so I did that. And then I went over to Walmart and I bought about, I don't know, maybe like 15 notebooks. They just have them on a pallet. It looked like somebody just dragged a pallet of notebooks out there. and they're just like probably like 90% college ruled. But as I mentioned, college ruled are for suckers. I like the wide ruled. So I had to dig through that thing. I got like 15 of them. Bought those, and for like, they're a quarter each. So, no, 35 cents each. 35 cents each. So I bought, like, I don't know, 15 of them or something. And then I went over to Wegmans to buy some beer, and I was looking for this beer that's made by Trogs Brewing called Nimble Giant. It's it only comes out once a year, and it's only available for like a month. It's like a double IPA. I think it's kind of high alcohol. So, but it's really good. It only comes out once a year, right? And I wanted to see if they had it. So I went into their beer section. I found it. They had it hot. They didn't have it cold. And it was cheaper. It was $13.99 for 4 16-ounce cans. And that's actually a good price. Stuff's expensive. It's rare. You can't find it. And it's only available for a few weeks, a year. And so I thought, shit, I'm going to get that, So I went up to pay for it at the beer checkout. They have a checkout in the beer section there. You can just go straight there and just right out the door. You don't have to go into that out within the gin pop, So I went up there to pay for it. And there's some girl working behind the counter. She's eating some kind of like, I don't know if it was a breakfast sandwich or if it was like, I don't know what it was. It was some kind of sandwich or something along those lines out of a sack, She had her sack sitting there, and so, the place wasn't crowded. So she's eating. I saw her take a bite off the thing and put it back in the sack as I walked up, right? So I walked up and she said, "How you doing?" I said, "Good. Can I see your ID?" Okay, we did the transaction, and so she was putting the 4-pack into a bag, and I saw something drop off her lip. I saw some kind of nodule, some kind of residue, like drop off of her lip into the bag, right? Something fell off her mouth into my beer bag. And I'm like, what the? I didn't say anything. I mean, what are you going to do? What are you going to do about it? I don't know. A piece of food fell off of her mouth, off her top lip, into the bag. So this is my day off. This was my day off. I took those things home. I put it in the downstairs fridge. About a week later, this past Friday, we had 2 of them. We still have 2 down there. You can't drink. You got to drink them one. You drink one. You don't drink. If you drank 2 of those things, probably put you on your ass because they're real high alcohol. Those things are delicious. Nimble Giant, highly recommended from the Trogs Brewing Company in Hershey, Pennsylvania. One of the great independent brewing companies in America. Trogs, highly recommended. All their stuff's good. Especially their IPAs. That Perpetual IPA, man, that's a world-class beer. That's available year-round. Nimble Giant, if you see that, you should jump on it too, if you're into that kind of thing. So that was it. I mean, that's how I spent, I had a lot of errands to run that day. Today I'm off again. I haven't done jack shit, because my equilibrium's off. I feel weird, but I don't know. Still got time. I can go out and I might do some more exciting stuff like that, and I'm an adventurist. You can tell by my stories that I'm seeking adventure. No baseball, though. That sucks. I'm only mildly resentful about that. I don't want to get into the details. But the shit got torpedoed by somebody other than me. All right. Anyway. We're at the end of this thing. Thank you, guys. Before we go, if you want to call in and be a part of a future show, I urge you to do so. You can do that by calling 570-290-8151. Call me round the clock. Leave a message, ask a question, make a suggestion, whatever, and we'll probably use it in a future episode. And if you don't like if you don't like the way it goes, when you call and leave a message and you think about it and like, I don't know about that, just shoot me an email. I won't use it. I'm not going to embarrass anybody. But it's fun. It's a good time. It adds to the show. So give me a call, 570-290-8151. And if you want 2 episodes a week instead of a mere 1, you can do that too by heading over to Patreon. That's Patreon, patreon.com/Jeff K. Sign up for a $4 or more monthly donation, and you'll get an extra episode every week. So if you're into that, if that sounds like something you'd like, do it up. $4. That's all. You can. It's it's a patronage. It's a support thing. You can do whatever amount, but $4 will unlock the audio. So do that today. Patreon.com/Jeff K. And No New Jeffs. It's my monthly column about aging. Check that out, nonewjeffs.substack.com. And there's a new a new update at the WVSR, also about aging. I'm starting to see a theme here. You can check that out too at the WVSR.com, and I think that'll do it. Hope you guys are having a great day. I'll see you soon over on the Patreon side, and until then, you guys have yourselves a fine, fine day. I'll see you. Bye. Sultry. So sultry.